Brilliant person, what are you doing? How are you? Today I plan to record a video from which you will learn how to deal with a breakup and how to start healing your injured heart. Hi, welcome. My name is Luana Kadar. I am a trainer and personal development counselor, and on this channel I share with you the way in which to build the life you want. I am addressing those people who are facing a source of unhappiness, unfulfillment, who have difficulties in adapting, or who feel a strong desire for change, maturation and personal development. If you want to see videos on how to improve your awareness, overcome barriers, identify, develop your talents and abilities, and succeed in improving your quality of life, achieving your personal aspirations and dreams, then I invite you to subscribe and join me. You can also click the bell in order to receive notifications every time I upload a new video. Whether you are thinking of ending a relationship or you have just ended one, you may want to rationalize a way out of the feeling of suffering, because sooner or later separation is a painful process for both, for the one who leaves and for the one who feels abandoned. If it took you by surprise, or if you knew that the breakup would take place, you feel upset and in need for emotional support until you get to reorganize your life in many aspects: social, economic, mental, physical, emotional. The unhappiness brought by the breakup may not be manifesting itself in the same way as in the case of your best friend, who may be going through an imbalance caused by separation. But as people, we all work on the thoughts and feelings that make up our experience. Stay with me and find out the process you are going through in this stage of mourning caused by the breakup. I thought it would be useful to share what the 7 stages of separation look like, and to share with you some solutions that might bring you into a state of well-being. Much of your work with you means working to understand how so-called normal your irrational or impulsive behavior is when you are in this situation, because you feel completely out of control during a breakup, emotional, mental, and spiritual. We could even compare the behavior of someone who goes through a breakup to that of an addict who gives up his vice. That being said, let's go through the 7 stages of the pain caused by a breakup. First stage: you are looking for answers. You are completely consumed by every detail of your past relationship. As you recount every detail of the past, you've managed to drain every friend and stranger of energy and empathy. You are in deep confusion as you try to make sense of the things that led to the breakup. You are in a position to just want to be sure about the events that led to the separation. All this time, your ex gives you only short answers, and even if she tries to help you understand, you still can't see his words as they really are. You're starting to think you might never get out of this maze. Sadness can be so great that it can turn into a depressive episode, so it is therefore very important to allow yourself to cry, talk about it, and allow the pain to manifest, but not get stuck there. Try to understand its meaning and feel it, weep, release it, let it go. Stage 2. You deny everything. Perhaps you thought you would be with this person forever. You can't imagine life without him, her. You throw the reasons for parting out the window and refuse to believe that the relationship is over. Although your former partner has moved and asked you to break the contact, you persist in the belief that your former partner still loves you and that she may even suffer where she is so much so that she might return. This is a possibility, but by the same time, you behave as if your life depends on rebuilding the relationship. You can't see the truth you desperately need. You stubbornly try to find solutions to get together again. This is harmful. Reality will force you to start making changes. Stage 3. Negotiation. After a trillion questions and many conversations with friends and family, you believe you're finally thinking clearly. That's it. You were the problem. At least that's what you've come to believe in this turning stage. That is, you realize that you should have listened more to your partner or shown interest in his ideas. Of course, at that time you took them as they came, but from now on you try to convince yourself that you will show more interest and you will succeed in becoming a more attentive and understanding partner. You've decided to magically rotate a switch in your brain that accepts all her imperfections. You decide to write long emails after you haven't received replies to phone messages about your part of the relationship, about all the things you can do to really be there for your ex, provided that she comes back. You innocently decide that all the problems in the relationship were caused by you and you take full responsibility. You think, of course, if this is the case, that everything can be repaired by you. But the truth is that you are both equally involved in what happened, and this stage is here to fool you into believing that this is your fault. Step 4. Reconciliation. You convinced your ex to talk to you in person, followed by, should I say closeness? Extraordinary. You think you both get over it, but then you see your ex moving away and confirming the initial diagnosis of "we're still separated." Your ex may have told you that you are amazing and she still loves you, but she still shares the idea that a breakup is the right decision. Stage 5. Anger. After you've tried to understand the breakup to ask questions, to receive answers, and you have even tried to convince your ex to come back to you, you start to get angry because she still does not want to get together again yet. You're done with the confusion and the worries, and you got to anger. This is a form of rebellion against the injustice of life. A rebellion that you express either against your ex-partner or against your loved ones or against yourself, because you were not able, so to speak, to maintain a relationship that was very important for you. You think it's unfair for this to happen to you. Finally, you see yourself in the equation. All this time, you realize that you have been so focused on your partner that you have completely forgotten about you. You start saying things like, "How dare you not want to be with me? I was a great partner for you. I did everything for you. Good luck finding someone else." As uncomfortable as anger may be, it is a very healthy step in this process. Anger means that you finally see that you deserve a relationship that makes you feel good and safe and beneficial in any way that you have not felt in the past. This stage is followed by episodes of strong anger. It's time to put that anger into a constructive activity for you. It is good to release it in a healthy way, which will not affect your interpersonal relationships. Talking to someone you trust about what's bothering you, doing sports, exercising, channeling your energy into something that brings you liberation, well-being, with the stipulation that it's important that when you're doing that, you should always be into present, here and now, and not into something from the past or future, there and then. Stage 6. Giving up. After all this hard work for convincing your ex to come back and for making things meaningful, you realize that you no longer want to fight it. You decide to surrender, to give into the breakup. It is not always something you want to do, but something you choose to do because you see no other way. Fortunately, this is part of the end of the grieving process. You are one step closer to really accepting what happened, and you know you've already done your best. You give up the idea that your ex will call you or answer your sent messages. The idea of seeking him is starting to disappear. Stage 7. Finding hope again. At the beginning of the breakup, you can't imagine life without your ex-partner. Fortunately, at this stage, you realize that there is this sense of hope for the future. You realize that you can see a life without him, her, and that you will be more than good. You're experiencing moments of peace, contentment, and joy again. Accepting separation means reorganizing your life in all its aspects. You start looking for new economic resources. Maybe being alone, the financial challenges are getting bigger. You're thinking you could make a second job out of your passion, or you are looking for a better paid job, or you're considering becoming an entrepreneur. As I said at the beginning, another aspect is related to social relations. Maybe the people you used to go out with no longer have the same involvement, some of them choosing to be still present in the life of your ex-partner and not yours. Obviously, at some point, you will have to ask for help to make new friends chance to see who still cares about you. People, co-workers, relatives, parents will help you. They are not indifferent to your real needs. Another important moment in the process of reorganizing your life is the ability to say goodbye to your former partner and have no resentments, no regrets. Look at your ex with forgiveness for not being able to keep your love, with forgiveness for the wounds that she unknowing or knowing inflicted on you. Forgive the past, forgive yourself, and free yourself from the memory of the relationship so that you can look further into the future. Rethink things a little, reinvent yourself. You are a free person, you can do whatever you want, you can experience yourself in a lot of new situations, in short or long-term projects, in the awakening of all the abandoned dreams or in new ones. Maybe you want to learn to dance, maybe you want to perfect your swimming techniques, maybe you want to go on trips, maybe you want to move to another city, another country, or you want to get a tattoo as a symbol of your reinvention, a rebirth, or change your look, your clothing style. Give free rein to your imagination, cause you are who you choose to be according to your values, your environment, your desires, without constraints. So, we all grieve differently, and there is no straight road forward in this breakup journey. Sometimes we experience several feelings simultaneously, or we remain in one stage longer than in the other. Everything is completely normal. Please know that at every stage you are healthy and there is nothing wrong with you. We are all fine, no matter what happens to us. We find and hear at our peace that inner voice which reaffirms that we are much stronger than we think. If you are going through a breakup and you are ready to start the process of self-discovery, or if you know someone who is in this situation, send him, her this video. It might prove useful. Take care of yourself. I would like to know how you are feeling. Are you suffering or are you struggling? Have you tried these suggestions before? Did they help you? Please leave a comment. I can't wait to read it. If the information I provided was interesting and useful, I invite you to like this video. Join the list of subscribers and click the bell in order to receive notifications every time I upload a new video on this YouTube channel, Luana Kadar. Until next time, I wish you to live, not just to exist. With thanks and gratitude, Luana Kadar.